barbershop conversation, guys, feel free to hit the subscribe button. So Stephen A. Smith is joining the broadcast team for the Pacquiao Vargas fight. This is I don't know what you guys think of Bob Arum, but by this move, he gets it. What you want to do is raise the attention levels, right? Bring in people that wouldn't ordinarily tune into a Pacquiao Vargas fight, because Vargas is pretty much, you got to be in the boxing and know who Vargas is and know his backstory. And two, Pacquiao has a declining base. And what that does, part two, is it gives him free advertising dollars on ESPN. Why isn't Stephen A. Smith going to announce that he's doing a top-ranked simulcast? Why wouldn't he announce that 4 or 5 times? And that'd be on instant replay. So by him paying Stephen A. Smith, what, $5,000 to $10,000 just to broadcast that fight or that card, he gets it back in advertising dollars when he's talking to Max Kellerman about the fight and him talking about him broadcasting. And naturally, they're going to have a segment on. He's going to lean on Max Kellerman as the expert as to how to be the color guy of a fight and give the historical perspective all the way up to the current, understanding the jab, understanding the counterpuncher, understanding the footwork, and the backstory on the fighters, which is crucial when you're doing a simulcast to keep the audience engaged. So I think this is an awesome move by Bob Arum. He get it. This move proves that he gets it, and the move that he did with Postel Crawford, when people didn't agree with it being on pay-per-view, when he had no other option. So I know what you guys are going to say. Well, Stephen A. Smith is a Manny Pacquiao hater. He doesn't like Pacquiao. Well, in comparison to Floyd Mayweather, I know he doesn't like Manny Pacquiao. And he has suggested that Manny Pacquiao has used steroids on. So now, as opposed to allowing Bob Arum to be the hypocrite, if Stephen A. Smith don't do his due diligence and telling the audience about the fight, and asking Pacquiao the questions that he would have asked him on First Take, then you hold Stephen A. Smith accountable. But you can't be mad at Bob Arum for making a great business move. It's a hell of a business move. The only thing that's missing is Floyd Mayweather doing a guest spot, analyzing the fight post-fight, pre and post-fight, So barbershop comments, I think this is a great move. And I just want to let you guys know, Top Rank has always been good to me. I've never had an issue with Top Rank as a business in terms of relations with people. Seatta, Seatta, Bob Arum's right-hand woman has been fabulous with me. I've never had an issue with credentials. I'll just give you one time, I was lost because we had a media bus going out to see Timothy Bradley because he trains out in the Palm Desert, and I was lost for 30 minutes, and she actually waited on me. I was the last guy to get on the bus. So for that, I'm truly grateful. And two, sometimes I have my son when I'm covering a fight, and she allows my mom typically goes with me if I have my son, and she gives her media pass so she can go in and have dinner, or brunch, lunch with all the media people, and allows my son to go in. So they've been really good to me. So Bob Arum probably doesn't know she does this, but that's her job and her job description. She does this exceptionally well. So yes, Bob Arum has made mistakes in terms of fights, in terms of letting Floyd Mayweather go, not seeing the value in Floyd Mayweather is probably his biggest mistake, but hindsight is always 20/20. You would have thought that looking at Oscar De La Hoya in the early to mid 90s, you would have thought Oscar De La Hoya would have been around a long time and he would have beat the likes of Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, just because he was just too big for that division. 140, 147 pound division, long, tall, a dominant left hook, You know, he had a dominant left hand. So barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So Stephen A. Smith I believe will be the color guy. And color guy in boxing, you have to have a wealth of knowledge. I mean, when I say a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of knowledge. So, but you know, this affords me the opportunity to want to go into the media room and watch a round or two and see how he's doing. I rarely do this, but it's definitely worth that to go in there and see how Stephen A. Smith is doing for a round or two and see if he's keeping up, because I'll be at the Thomas and Mack Center that night. So barbershop conversations, good business move by Bob Arum. Now the question is, will Stephen A. Smith hold true to who he is and how he feels about Manny Pacquiao and his history, and did he or did he not use steroids, and whatever the case may be. So now the onus is on Stephen A. Smith, not Bob Arum. But Stephen A. Smith is losing a lot of luster with I'm gonna do a video on that. Stephen A. Smith versus Sterling Sharp, because Sterling Sharp is coming for his neck, and he's speaking so eloquently. And the sad truth about this is that the killings in Charlotte and in Tulsa has been great timing for Shannon Sharp. I always call him. See, the reason why I say Sterling Sharp is because I grew up to Sterling Sharp. Shannon came later, so I'm always talking about Shannon Sharp. So forgive me when I say Sterling, but Shannon Sharp has come at the great time, and you can't. And the Colin Kaepernick issue has been huge in the sports, and it's been fabulous for him to elaborate on who he is as a man. You know, because you always want to trust the person that you believe to be expounding on the truth. So, and sometimes Stephen A. Smith can yell a little too much, you know, and lean on his ability to read a thesaurus. You know what I mean? Like, I have that as well. Sometimes I can't say that I'm not that guy. Sometimes I try to out-talk some people just to get them to walk away from me. So I'm guilty of that too. But at the end of the day, Shannon Sharp has been phenomenal. Bob Arum made a great business decision by allowing Stephen A. Smith to bring in the novice viewers. I think 150 would be a good number for him for this pay-per-view. And now the onus is on Stephen A. Smith. Will he hold true to the person he was on First Take with Skip Bayless? So barbershop conversation. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, and talk to you guys soon. Peace.